In one of my last videos, or I'd rather say past videos, because it's quite a long time ago, I talked about how it's important to outgrow dependency on your clients. Obviously, because if you don't, you will always be in some kind of survival mode and always carry around a certain level of stress with yourself and never be truly free, inside, because freedom is really rather an inside thing than depending on your external circumstances. So if you want to see this video again, I'll leave you the link in the comment box below. And today I want to dig a bit deeper into that topic and explore on how to outgrow existential crisis. Because let's be honest, why are we dependent on our clients? Because if they don't come, if they don't buy, well, it sends us right into existential crisis. And nobody really likes that. Nobody likes to be confronted with existential fears or even, perspectives of being hungry, homeless, or even threatened by death if you cannot pay for your medical bills. I'm going to talk about this today because I made quite a lot of experience in this area throughout the last 2 years together with my boyfriend. And it's a lot of skin shedding happening. So how does this happen? It happens because you are being confronted with those kind of situations. It will never happen if you always try to avoid these kind of situations and rather prefer to stay in the treadmill, which is seemingly more secure, but maybe doesn't really make you happy. And I have to admit, also for us, we didn't really choose that kind of situation. We didn't want to go there. We took measures to try and avoid that, but life threw us into it nevertheless. He got sick unexpectedly, and we were in a condition where he didn't have assurance maladie. How do you call that in English? Like an assurance if you're getting sick. You know what I mean, I guess. That someone is paying for your medical treatments. Like the government is paying for that. And he didn't have it, so it sent us into some severe financial problems as well. And there were other things coming on top of that, like clients who made promises but didn't come and didn't pay and stuff like that. So we had no choice but to go through this, which is also why I'm perfectly prepared in a way to speak about that today. So obviously it's not a fun thing to do, but there are some kind of big blessings in a journey like that as well, because only by being thrown into that situation you can experience what you as a human being are truly capable of. We were going through repetitive cycles of having to find solutions for ourselves, opening up to receive help, or to help one another, even if there were triggers, there were a lot of insecurities, because all these existential fears were coming up, all these fears of being betrayed again and stuff like that. And by going through that, we step by step, both of us, we we're shedding some layers of old skin. We were acknowledging where we believe things that are actually not true, like illusions, where we trap into illusions and where we don't. And it actually brought us closer together. And that is one of the biggest blessings of all of that. And I know already that we are coming out of this even stronger than before, than we went into this. And I also kind of know how. It just didn't materialize yet, you know. There are some tiny little bits of solutions that we still need to open up to, basically. But there is a plan. Maybe it wasn't our plan. It wasn't like the way that we thought about it in our mind. But there is something like a soul level plan, I'd say. And sometimes our job as humans is really just to remember that. And, you know, by letting go your old sense of security, your old material foundation as well, you can open up and realign yourself to a version that is closer to you, to who you are, and that is even better for yourself. In my case, for instance, it brought me back and closer to my family of origin, and I know that this is preparing me for the life I'm going to live with him in the future. My boyfriend was the one who had to go through a lot more shitty stuff than I do, honestly. So I can really just say, if you are going through existential fears or even existential crisis, a situation like that already right now, don't try to avoid what's happening or to avoid the feelings. I mean, all of this is designed to help you let go feelings of guilt and shame and anger and frustration and, you know, this low level kind of energy, so you can grow into that freer version of yourself, the happier one, the more fulfilled and more aligned one. And, you know, obviously not everyone is being called to go that kind of a path, but if you are, then just know that it's for something better to come, you know, it's for a good reason. And the most important lesson of all of this is that whether you are rich or poor right now in this very moment, your true value, your true essence doesn't change. You are love and you are being loved either way. And once you deeply realize that, and you also feel it in your heart, and you know it in your mind, and you are that again, then you also know that you are not really dependent on your clients. I mean, there is a huge difference between needing clients and trying to attract them out of an energy of lack, or, you know, being abundant within yourself, being fulfilled within yourself, and, you know, just attracting clients out of that energy of already being and having enough, what you need. So if you feel like you want to shed a few skins or just a big old one, and you need some advice on how to outgrow and transform your existential fears, then you're warmly welcome to get in touch with me, and you will find all the relevant information, my website basically, in the description box below the video. Bye for now.